you're wearing the yellow cap in the host Super Roo, and you've gone top. Tim is bottom.
Yeah.
That particular competition. In the main Super Roo, Joe Newman takes over at the top with David Melling wearing the yellow cap. So, see how they get on as things hot up. Fantasy League. It took 2 weeks. That's all it took. 2 weeks for normal service to be resumed. Alan Bagley sits top of the fantasy table with Liam Reddington in second place. Kelsa Breeze. Mark Moore top scored though with 704 points, so well done to Mark.
Yeah, that's really good points, isn't it?
Yeah, new name on me. I think Mark is in the fantasy league with 3 teams, so he's fully into it, and 2 of his teams are doing really well to start things off. So welcome.
Is he combining the 3 teams for his points?
No, he's not. He's just doing fucking good. It's one, yeah. With scoring like that, Alan's gonna feel under threat, but we'll see. Alan managed to get his scoring though, with Lachlan Coote sat there in his team not playing for a second week in a row when he's gone top. It's infuriated.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks everyone for the fan views on all of those games. Great stuff again from everyone. Please do look out for the Google form links next weekend for the Cup games to get your fan views in on that action as well. We're now going to move into the other results.
So on to other results, and starting in the Championship where it was round 1, it finished Halifax 47, London 14.
Dr. Hideous got in touch. He said, Fax's tries were all too damned easy. London need to sort their shit out and stop giving away stupid penalties. Decent, if brief, punch-up just before half-time. London's only player to really stand out was Miskey, both for his idiotic yellow card, but also for the excellent play when he was on the pitch. Yeah, I saw the highlights of this, and Ed Barber in particular had 2 really stupidly easy tries. But Alan will have been loving this for the totally unnecessary rub-it-in drop goal on the hooter at the end.
Yep. And it finished Oldham 28, Swinton 20, and Featherstone 28, Batley 18, and also York 6, Toulouse 21. We've got a few fan reviews for that.
Yeah, just to mention on the 2 games before, one was a reverse of the Cup fixture the week before, and one was a repeat of the Cup result from the week before. But Toulouse, who we hadn't played yet this season because they weren't in the Cup, they certainly came out firing in this, and a few fan views, like you say. So Dr. Hideous. Toulouse lost 2 players in the first 5 minutes to head knocks, and so I expected an even first half, which we got. But for York to draw ahead in the second half as Toulouse tired. Wrong. Toulouse were full of zing right to the end, dominating the second half, and instead York looked the tired team. Mitch Garbutt was my man of the match, and Tie Me Down Nicow needs a haircut.
So do most people, Dr. Hideous.
Yeah, and, you know, Dave is a hairy fella himself. Brian Davies said, great start to the season for Toulouse. Was a bit worried that we might get caught cold having not played any Challenge Cup games. Mitch Garbutt looks like he's going to go well for us in this league. We defended well and forced a lot of errors from York. And Ian S. said, good hard-fought match that the bodies of both teams' players will remember. Rightly won by Toulouse due to York's penalty and error counts. York competed hard, were far from an easy rollover for Toulouse, and had their finishing been better, the scoreboard could easily have shown a different result. They will sharpen their game and close down the error count as the season progresses and be in the top 4 at the season's end.
It also finished Dewsbury 17, Whitehaven 8.
Loads of field goals knocking around the championship.
And Sheffield 50, Bradford 12, and I think this got my favourite review.
Yeah, Shoddy and Mungo said, early signs suggest we are not promotion contenders. No, and if we talked about easy tries in that Fax Broncos game, boy, there was some easy tries for Sheffield in this one, cutting them to ribbons.
And In a controversial setup, it finished Newcastle 30, Widnes 30. You know, end of 80 minutes, finishing a draw, and each team gets a point. Who'd have thought this would catch on?
Yeah, and both count as half a win in the points percentage league table. Dr. Hideous did get a late line in on this one. He said both halves were very even with a splash of the ridiculous in the last minutes. Widnes's 80-minute dash on the last tackle just before half-time put them 14 ahead, but some equally outrageous scoring from Newcastle in the last 10 minutes levelled the game. Was that a brilliant short kick-off into the wind for the last set to go to Widnes's possession? Dunno, but what a terrible cock-up when they failed to set up for a drop goal. Yeah, I've not been able to find highlights of this one. It was the only truly close game we had really on both sides of the world this weekend, so I was anxious to see how it happened, but no such luck. But Widnes were 14 points up with like 10 minutes to go, and if Newcastle's goal kicking had a bit more about it, okay, I hear they were tough conversions from out wide, but if they could have got one of them, it would have been really disappointing start for Widnes.
Yeah, I mean, everything I've read was very positive about it as a match in terms of, the competitiveness and everything else. It's a really good result for Newcastle, isn't it?
You've got to say so, because, they probably looked like they weren't ready yet when they got a busting up in the cup, but Widnes had shown some nice stuff in the cup games that they'd won so far, and were confident, I suppose, after that win against Whitehaven. So for the Thunder to come out and do what they did in the last 10 minutes really bodes well.
And it was round 4 in the NRL, which started off with the Sea Eagles 6 and the Panthers 46.
David Hunter got in touch to say Penrith good, Manly bad. I think Manly should be very thankful that there is no relegation in the NRL. Only 4 rounds in and they look done. I hope Carson's Cowboys can get a few wins and give this club their first spoon, because this team deserves it right now.
Wow. It also
Eels don't like the Sea Eagles.
Okay, right. Thanks for the heads up. I'll
Apparently
remember.
it's because you joined the league at the same time. They think they're the sort of fancy boys from the northern beaches with the...
See, that's why I don't like Huddersfield. We joined the league at the same time. They shouldn't have been allowed in. And they think that they're the fancy boys with, Huddersfield as the stadium. I'm with you, David. I understand now. Bulldogs 0, the Rabbiters 38, and Burgess made 181 metres.
And Alan Walker said, masterclass from the Bunnies. Dogs were toothless and dirty. Supercoach Bennett uses 5 playmakers again, and the razzle-dazzle shines again. They just ran at the Dogs, and if you go chasing rabbits, you know you're going to fall. Glory, glory. Go ask Alice.
And it finished Storm 40, Broncos 6, and Herbie Farnworth, as we mentioned earlier, got 101 metres.
Yeah, Matt Speakman 20 said, what a crazy 15 minutes. Pappenhausen always seems to be in and around the ball. It's depressing when I compare the NRL coverage with our sorry Sky coverage. Yeah, Pappenhausen scored 4 tries in about 40 seconds, it felt like.
And then it was the Sharks 48, Cowboys 10.
Carsten said, why did I get up? Why did I watch this? Will it be better next week? Is this how the Wakefield fans feel?
And then it was the Titans 4, the Raiders 20, and we had some English players here. So we had Hodgson with 1 try, assist and 46 tackles, Sutton with 1 try, 180 metres and 40 tackles, Williams and Whitehead both played.
Sutton's got to be in the England squad, hasn't he, come the World Cup, the way he started?
You'd think so with those stats.
I mean, 2 weeks in a row now, he's been really impressive. So hopefully from an international point of view, he can keep that up and add to the competition for places in the pack. Matt Speakman 20 said, great defensive win for the Raiders. Titans much improved under Holbrook. Very good game for CNK and Sutton.
It also finished the Knights 13, the Dragons 22. I'm guessing that they thought that drop goal might be important.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I don't know how it came about, but David Hunter got in touch and said, turns out the Dragons are not as bad as most thought. It is a long way to go, but I feel some vindication that I was the only person I know that had them finishing higher than 14th. Knights were for the second weekend in a row just average and plodding. Yeah, the Knights seem to be getting a lot of injuries, so that's a worry for them, but the Dragons are a shocking turnaround of a team. I thought they'd be garbage, and they're not.
It also finished the Roosters 32, the Warriors 12.
Yeah, in today's action, it was West Tigers 22, your Parramatta Eels 36, and David Hunter got in touch. He said, never in doubt. Well, maybe a little bit, but what a fantastic game. The Eels forwards set the platform, but silly errors let the Tigers back into it. In the end, the Eels just showed enough to avoid an embarrassing capitulation. So in terms of the standings... Did I put these on before the last game had been played? No, I didn't. I did them today.
For me.
Panthers and Eels retain 100%. Their 100% starts with 4 wins from 4 played. Roosters, Rabbitohs, Raiders and Dragons come next with 3-1 records. The Storm, Sharks, Titans, Knights and Warriors have 50% records, whilst the Broncos and West Tigers stay on 1 win. Cowboys, Bulldogs and Sea Eagles remain winless. That's it for other results then, Sarah. Plenty of one-sided scorelines there to go at. And who's Alice?
I think that's a question, isn't it? There was a song made about that.
That's a good point, yeah. Right, let's make our guesses for the Challenge Cup then.
So this weekend it's Challenge Cup round 3. The Super League teams are now entering the competition, and we start with Hull KR against Castleford on Friday at 6 p.m. and this is being shown on the Our League app. How do you see this one going, Mark?
I mean, unless Cass think they need to rest some people, I don't know why they would this early in the season. I can't see anything but a double figures points win for Cass, personally.
Yeah, I think Cass by 20.
Yeah, fair shout.
And then following on from that, on the Sportsman, it's York against Wigan. How are you thinking this will go?
York will be competitive, won't they? But ultimately, I'm hoping Wigan have the class in the second half to do what they've done to 2 Super League sides, and do that to a Championship side. So Wigan by 14 for me.
Yeah, I think. I mean, York were good against us. That they came strong in the second half. But by that point, we did have all of our kids on. So I think I'd go Wigan by 18, depending, of course, on what sort of team Wigan put out.
Yeah, I've gone slightly narrow. I've gone by 14 because I think maybe we're still not. I'm still not expecting, the world class backs that are on the out of the side at the moment to come back in necessarily. But I think we'll be good enough.
I think Wigan will have enough, certainly, to blow them away in one half or other, whether that's by starting well or, just having enough match fitness at the end to hold out. Salford against Widnes on Saturday on the Our League app.
After Newcastle ran them close, and Salford are going to get a nice long turnaround compared to Widnes not getting that, I'm going Salford by 20.
Yeah, when it was drawn, I thought this is one that had the potential to be maybe an upset, but I'm definitely leaning towards Salford by, probably 20, 22.
Yeah.
And then Saturday at 2:30, we move on to BBC One for St Helens and Leeds. How do you anticipate that one?
I mean, this is the exciting one, isn't it? It's the unofficial Charity Shield, as it were, the Super League Grand Final winners versus the Challenge Cup final winners. Saints are just a better side than other sides at the moment. So I've got Saints by 8. I think similar to what we've seen. Not top gear, but they'll have enough and they won't concede a lot of points.
Yeah, I think I can't see past Saints for this one, to be honest. I think